All right, welcome back. We are racing LACC Armory Crit. It's been 7 months since this race was last held. Right from the gun, someone attacked. And beautiful Thursday afternoon. Hopefully there'll be more light next week. And yes, as you can see from the top, bit of a delay with the data, but you can see that teardrop there. It's pretty much a 90-degree turn, really hard out of that corner to get back on the wheel. And decent fun. You can see two people breaking away off the front now. They actually stayed away for the entire race. We were pretty much chasing them. And this was the second lap of the chase. No one really thought that breakaway would stay away because, well, essentially we're 5 minutes into the race. So people aren't, I guess, willing to smash themselves so early. But to be fair, I mean, this is a very short race. It's 30 minutes, which means it's high intensity, a lot of power. And it's a lot more exciting, I guess. And you can see here a Sydney Uni Velo, I guess, NRS rider, National Road Series rider, comes to the front, and she's going on the attack trying to bridge solo. And another guy's going after her, and the race is 5.5 minutes in, it's all sort of falling apart. So I found a wheel with this Park Life rider trying to bridge things back together. And as a sprinter, I didn't really expect to be doing this much work, but I mean, this race pretty much turned out to be a bit of a time trial for me, which is unusual, but it's good training. So pretty much, I've gone up to the front to chase, and you can see they're not that far ahead, so there's still hope. 6.5 minutes in. But the majority of the chasing has been left to a very select few of the riders in the group. And this is why breaks generally stay away, right? Because the organisation within a larger bunch is much harder it's really hard to gel compared to the organisation of 3 or 4 riders in a dedicated breakaway. So you can see this guy's come to the front. He's pulling pretty decent speeds. We're doing 50 or 46k an hour coming into this locked off wind section. And then this becomes a bit of a headwind, which I find myself sort of chasing into the headwind, which is never fun or easy. But yeah, that's just how it is. And there's still hope, like we can still see them. They're still just ahead of us. And it's just a method, like I guess it's just every lap you take a mental note of where they were the lap before. And unfortunately, it didn't quite look like we were really bringing them back. These guys flood the front, and they're just not going fast enough. They flood the front. They're actually slowing the entire group down. You can see people passing them. And yeah, this is also a lesson of don't hold a wheel that's suffering. So you can see here, I've lost about 4 spaces in the bunch. I've lost a 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and suddenly I'm way back. And you can see this guy's suffering because he's trying to get aero. Like, just don't. If you see a wheel that's suffering in front of you, just dodge that wheel as quick as possible. Get onto a wheel that's moving forward. So 15 minutes in, sort of what we generally expect with this sort of uphill and then into this section is like 45k an hour, and you can see there's a split that's come through the group, and I've gone to the front to try and bridge that. So coming into this section, 49k an hour, like relatively quick for this part of the course. Just trying to bridge things together. At this point, everyone's racing for 4th, and yeah, it's not looking too good. I think people are starting to realize that breakaway is not coming back, or that it just needs a more concentrated effort to bring that back. But so often I've found myself, at the front trying to push and push decent figures to see if the gap would come down. But the riders ahead, just ridiculous, crazy strength for those guys. I was starting to get better at this corner, So I'm holding the wheel a lot better coming around that corner at higher speeds. And that's a confidence thing. By this stage, we've done that corner about 15 times. Each lap is about a minute and a bit, depending on how fast you're going. And it's a lot of effort getting out of that corner as well. So you're putting in big numbers, big figures. We started dropping, well, we dropped more than half the field by the end of the race. So clearly, this race is a bit of a shock to the system. There's a lot of sort of VO2 type efforts, along with a lot of threshold efforts as well. So you really need fresh legs for this particular race. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'll definitely be back probably not next week because I'm away with work, but this will be one of my regular races. I really enjoy it. So everyone's put in decent effort to try and bring this breakaway back. This kind of attack probably not really all that helpful because now I'm wasting energy trying to bring him back. But I mean, the writing's on the wall. The group is slowing down and it's bunching up for a bunch kick. So here, 26 minutes in, 4 minutes from the end of the race, we see Norris, one of my teammates, appear out of nowhere. He's a bit of a tail gunner, a bit of a sprinter, so he's been conserving energy and he's got himself into a really good position into this last teardrop corner before the bell. So he's done well. Kudos to him. He actually wins the bunch sprint. Not that we can really see from my camera what actually happens. If you're in not even second or third wheel across that teardrop on the last bell lap, good luck. I mean, because there's no opportunities here to overtake, not safely anyway. So putting the finish line where it now is, oddly enough, is not. I don't feel like it's that safe. But yeah, I just sat back, let the sprint happen. I didn't really struggle with this race, but I didn't do spectacularly well either. So plenty of things for me to work on, and I'll be back sometime soon.